So with this project, we've constructed a extruder to extract 3D filament. So right now, schools are really getting into the 3D printing aspect, and each school has most schools now are starting to get 3D printers and looking into that industry. 3D printers are great because you can use these printers to make customized objects that you can use for anything in the world, and you can make toys with them. You can make instruments in the classroom. Doc's used a lot of instruments in the classroom by making it with a 3D printer. So the extruder we have here is that one right there we made with industrial parts. So everything we got from the grant was came from Lowe's or Amazon, and the electronics came from a robotics room. And the basic, well, right here we're using these extruders, and then the next one over there is one we bought from Italy. It was a kit of parts, and we put that together. And this one right here was quite expensive, about $700, and that one right there that we built homemade was $130 altogether with the parts and all the electronics and everything. So it's much cheaper, and actually we think that will work better. We finished it the Friday before spring break, and we haven't really had time to test it yet, but it moves faster, it gets hotter, we think it'll work better. So these are all the materials that we use to create it with. Pipes, flanges, and then the auger bit is the main component of it, because whenever it's rotated by the motor, it drives the plastic pellets. These plastic pellets are placed in it, and it drives it forward into the heating chamber, and the heating band heats it up and extrudes it through the front. And right there is the filament itself. We made this today with the yellow, and that's just a little bit of filament we made. We haven't mastered the exact specifications we need to make it 1.75 millimeter diameter, which is needed to put through the 3D printer. We have to work with the heat and the speed and judge that to get a perfect extraction. So you want to explain the construction, Kate?
Yeah, sure. The extruder is constructed by connecting the 5 and 6-inch pipe to the metal flanges. It's all hooked up to a battery, and the regulators regulate the speed of the drill bit. They regulate the temperature of the heating band, and it's all just drilled down to a board. And how many volts is the battery? 12 volts. It's just a 12-volt battery, which rotates all of it.
Yeah. It kind of explained how it worked earlier. Like the drill bit drives it forward, and at 6 RPM, that's the exact. That's what's needed to produce ABS, or to extract ABS rather, and it just comes at the end. So the theme of Belfry's projects this year has been with kudzu and trying to mix that into all of our projects, and we're going to use kudzu to make more of a wooden filament. So currently there's a wooden filament that when it comes out, it has the exact look of wood, and it's also a stronger filament. So we're going to mix it with plastic as well. Both of these are polluters to the environment. Plastic obviously gets in the oceans and messes with that, but kudzu was brought here from Japan to stop the corrosion or the erosion from mining. And we're obviously in the big mining area, and unfortunately it's damaged vegetation, like low ground vegetation around us, because it grows wild and it hasn't stopped growing, and it grows everywhere. So we're going to mix those together to make this filament. Right there you see that's examples made from a wooden filament, and that's our goal, is to make a filament like that, which it takes you have to master it, and the ratio we've read online is 70% plastic and 30% grinded kudzu stem, which in order to mix that and have a good mixture of it, we need some better equipment, which we're looking into right now. The benefits of this obviously is to get those non-beneficial things out of our environment and turn them into a beneficial product. So if we extract those out of the environment, we can turn it into something to where it can come into your classroom and you can make productive objects out of it, something that you would use. We'd like to thank KVEC for allowing us to have the grant. We've really enjoyed this project. I'd also like to thank the administration of Belfry High School, and also Dr. Haridas back there. Doc's really been great for us. That's about it. Thank you. Any questions?